Hello, everyone. I'm that one nerd, Jacob.
And I'm that one Scott Collins.
And welcome back to Those Nerds on a Podcast, where today, Caleb, we are going to be doing a tier list of every single WWE championship in existence and all of its current and previous designs. This tier list has 86 different titles on it.
That's a lot.
I was about to say, I expected more of a reaction. I sent Caleb a list so that way he knows what championship I'm talking about. They're broken down into categories. First category is defunct titles, titles that are no longer used within the WWE. Second is NXT titles. Third is women's. Fourth is tag teams. Fifth is US. Sixth is intercontinental. Seventh is world heavyweight. And 8 is WWE. Oh my god, we got a lot to get through. Are you ready for this?
Yes.
All right, and then same as other tier lists, we're allowed to completely just veto somebody else's choice and put 2 items wherever we want to on the tier list. Since it's so big, I'm gonna bump that up and just say we each have 3, because normally when we do tier lists, it's like 40 to 50. So I feel like having 3 would make up for that.
So I noticed that these are like numbered 1 to 8.
Yes. Yes, those are the categories. 1, like I said, is defunct. 2 is NXT, so on and so forth. Okay. And this is also the exact order that they'll be showing up in the tier list as well, so you won't have to like dig around or search. Like, it is exactly what I'm going to be telling you next.
Wow, this is so convenient. I love that we actually fucking prepared ahead.
Yeah, I actually prepared ahead for this one instead of just being like, here's a bunch of games, fuck you. All right. First one we've got is the 24/7 championship.
Iconic.
I would say for the purpose that it served. Oh yeah, let me tell you the tiers we've got. We've got the greatest of all time. We've got I Want a Replica, the titles that are still really nice, just not in that greatest category, but you would be willing to drop like $200 to get a replica. It looks nice, just simple as that. They look nice. Could be better. It's okay. And bold and brash, more like belongs in the trash. That's gonna always, like, greatest of all time and bold and brash are always gonna be the top and the bottom, no matter what. So, that being said, 24/7, I would say it's like top of could be better, bottom of it looks nice.
Well, are we taking into account its history?
No, we are going purely based off of design here. If we're going off of history, this would be way too long.
Yeah, this is
it could be better.
It could be better.
For the purpose it served, it is okay. You know? All right. Next up, we have the original WWE Cruiserweight Championship from 2001. I like it. I think it looks nice.
Why is it uneven?
What do you mean?
Look at the crinkles on the bottom and the top, and they aren't matching.
It could be better.
It could be better.
All right. I know I said these are in order, but we're going to do the WWE Cruiserweight Championship whenever they launch 205 Live, because that is technically the original before NXT. I'm going to put it below the original Cruiserweight Championship personally. It could be better. Just the bright, loud purple on the strap is too much.
I could see why you don't like the bright purple. I thought it looked kind of cool when they presented it for the first time.
Yeah. For the first time, I feel like it was great, but then it kept appearing. I will also say this is going to be kind of my critique going forward for a lot of these belts. I also don't like silver for a belt design except for tag team and women's. Like, I don't know why. I've never liked it. That being said, the NXT Cruiserweight Championship, oh, that looks nice. The black strap, still the hints of purple to show like, hey, this is still like a cruiserweight division. And I mean, it's pretty much the exact same, except the strap color is different and it says NXT instead of WWE now, but that's fine.
Can I say something controversial?
Yes.
I hate that leather texturing they put in the thing, that those almost scale-like things.
I do hate that. Yes, I agree, honestly.
I'm just like, why is that there?
Yeah. All right, next up, we have the 1996 ECW Championship. And I mean, honestly, it looks nice. I like it. It's more of a traditional championship as opposed to what ECW wound up inevitably becoming.
I love how it has France, Mexico, and then they just shoved 2 other countries in the fucking middle, like Japan, America, Canada,
United Kingdom,
UK.
Canada. Yeah, but I think it looks nice. I would put it above the NXT Cruiserweight Championship.
I would actually buy a replica of that if I'm being honest.
Really? You know, I'm fine with putting that at like bottom of I want a replica because I do very much enjoy that design.
Yes, that's actually, it's one of those things where it's like, especially for its time, if you're like pre-Heyman ECW, like, this is great.
Yeah. All right. Now, next up, oh man, this is one of my personal favorites of that era. We've got the 1998 ECW Championship, the one that's got the earth wrapped in barbed wire. You can actually tell they're leaning more into the extreme aspect of everything. I want a replica of this one.
I love the hardcore wrestling just over the little minis on the all over the mini plates. And then another thing I like is the small pool of blood that drips onto the champion.
Yes.
In the zombie font, but then you still got the ECW like at the very top, and then you got the little ECW platelets on the edges. This is just I also want.
Yeah, like this is the perfect combination of like sleek world championship mixed with those extreme elements. I'm putting this above the 96 ECW championship in I Want a Replica. All right, next up we have
and then there's this.
We have the 2008 ECW championship. I would say either bottom of could be better or it's okay. I don't think it's bold and brash, more like belongs in the trash. It's not that bad, but it is not good by any means.
It's like whenever I compare this to literally any other ECW championship, this is garbage.
Yeah. I'm gonna put it in it's okay.
Yeah, I mean, like, if that thing said TNA on the front instead of, like, ECW, I probably would accept it.
Yeah, but it's the fact that it's ECW.
ECW's belts were always supposed to, like, kind of pop, you know? Because it's ECW.
And like I said, I don't like silver on a championship, and especially since this is supposed to act as that brand's world championship. I'm sorry, that screams I'm a mid-carder for life, and this is all they would give me. All right, next up, we've got the 1992 ECW NWA Championship, whenever it was still Eastern Championship Wrestling.
So, it's okay.
Yeah. I would say, like above the WWE Cruiserweight Championship and could be better.
Like, what's that fucking white thing in the middle? The United States is off to the left for some fucking reason. It's not centered.
Well, the United States is off to the left because this is the Eastern Championship. Like, this is back whenever territories were still a thing.
I know, but you could have just cut off the whole continent, you know?
That is fair. You could have just had it be specifically cut to the eastern part of the United States.
Not put the US on there. You could have made the Eastern Championship Wrestling platelet bigger so I could, fucking see it.
That is true.
Also, It's just Pennsylvania.
All right, the more I look at this, I would say the WWE Cruiserweight Championship, like the purple one, is better than that, actually. The more you talk about it, the more I hate it.
And also, look at the like, my baby was just born purple on the fucking background.
All right, fuck it. It's even worse than the 24/7 championship. You don't gotta convince me anymore.
It's like me just taking a fine scalpel to how garbage this thing is.
All right. we've got the European Championship. I think
This
this one looks nice.
this is actually one of those championships that I wouldn't mind being around my waist, you know?
Yeah. Yeah, like it's big, it's bulky, it looks nice, like it's simple but also still elegant.
I love the European flags that are surrounding it
Yeah.
too. And I love
I
the traditional European wrestling poses that are on the left
yeah, I would
and the right.
say this is like the top of it looks nice so far.
Yeah.
All right,
Yep.
next up, and you can take this one however you want, the WWE Hardcore Championship. This thing
Okay.
this thing looks bad on purpose. It is a smashed winged eagle WWE Championship.
Yeah, but that's the thing is like, if it's looking bad on purpose, do we say that it looks bad, or do we?
God, I know. Like, I'm gonna say personally, top of it's okay. Like I said, I know it's supposed to look bad.
At the same time, I would love a hardcore champion like fucking like fucking belt on my wall. You know,
All right, we will put it at.
it's
Oh
like
my
one of those
God.
things where it's like it's so trash, but it's on purpose, and it kind of just loops all the way back around
We'll
to
put it
being
at the
great.
bottom of it looks nice. We'll put it at the bottom, kind of meet in the middle there, you know.
All right, all
All
right.
right, now we're getting to some of my favorite defunct championships. The NXT UK Championship. I personally, and I'm going to use one of my vetoes here, this is one of the greatest championship designs of all time.
You know, honestly, I was gonna say that this is great.
Okay,
This is
never mind. I'm not using one of my vetoes. But yeah, no, like
what you thought I was gonna shit on this thing? Look at this fucking thing.
fair.
And
Should
look,
we
it
should
makes
we also just go ahead and put the women's up there since it's the exact same thing?
Is it really?
Yeah, it's the exact same thing, just on a white strap.
Oh,
Yeah, they're both greatest of all time.
I
These,
mean,
I wish
I mean,
NXT UK were still a thing just so I could see these titles.
the fucking royal crest aesthetic of it, where it's like you are the king of WWE almost.
Yeah,
Like, this is my coat of arms as I ride into battle. Just God,
yeah,
this is
dude.
great.
Like I said, I know that Triple H is still trying to develop NXT Europe to where it's more than just the UK. And please, for the love of God, if you're gonna make NXT Europe, don't bring back the European Championship. Just rebrand the UK Championship as the new European Championship. I want this title back on an active roster. All right.
What if they like combined what if they combined the two concepts and they make a coat of arms in the middle, and on the left and the right they have all the European flags and stuff?
Oh my God. Oh my God. That might change my mind. That might. All right, next up, we've got the NXT UK Tag Team Championships, which,
Oh, oh my God, these can I say something controversial?
yes,
These kind of look cooler.
they do, honestly. Like, I do like the more circular design as opposed to the standard, like, oh, WWE Championship that's, like, basic as hell. Obviously, they made it work better, but I do like circular title designs rather than, you know, the fucking Pentagon or whatever that the other one has. I'm gonna put this above the other two because I do agree. Again, the championship designs for NXT UK were some of the most beautiful championships we have ever had, and it is a shame that we don't have them anymore.
God, I want one on my wall.
Same. All right. Last couple of ones for defunct. We've got the NXT Women's Tag Team Championships. Like, it's aight. I'm the same way with the current NXT Tag Team Championships.
I
Again,
don't like it.
it's the
I don't-
same. It's the same design on a white strap. I would say it goes above the 2020's cruiserweight championship, but above the original or below the original cruiserweight championship.
I don't like this thing. I didn't realize how hot cold I was gonna be about these titles, but honestly, like there have been very few where I'm just like, meh, it's alright.
Yeah. All right. 3 more defunct, and they're all Universal Championships. First of all, the Fiend one. I am actually using a veto here. This belongs in the trash. I get that it was for a character, but this is just not good to look at. Like, come on, dude. Come on. No disrespect to the legacy of Bray Wyatt. I'm pretty sure this was definitely more of a Vince idea rather than a Bray Wyatt idea. I don't know if that's true or not. That's just the way I look at it. But this thing's ugly, not pleasant to look at.
You know what I would have done?
Huh.
I would have had the WWE title, like just the normal Universal Championship, but instead of like, instead it would be like his face poking through it, kind of like that SpongeBob outline with the Mermaid Man and Barnacle Boy, and it's just the Fiend's face, like kind of.
Yeah, see, that would have made it a lot more subtle and a lot nicer. This thing is just garbage. I'm sorry. All right. We've got the Raw Universal Championship, the big red strap.
I don't like this.
I'm putting it... I don't know if I want to put it above or below the 2008 ECW Championship, and it's okay.
It's below.
Okay. Do we want to do the same thing for the SmackDown version, since it's just the same thing but blue?
I kind of like the blue, but yeah.
All right, I'll put it at the bottom of could be better, because I was thinking the same thing. I do like the blue a little more.
I can't believe I watched Seth Rollins versus Finn Balor for the fight for this thing, and it looks like a fucking Twizzler.
All right. Next up, we have the current NXT Women's Championship. This thing is all over the place.
Yeah.
You've got the big silver NXT. You've got, like, the rainbow going on. You've got... It's too much. It screams in my face, and it's not in a good way.
It's not very... It's a certain... When you're making a championship, it's either got to be badass or it's got to be elegant.
Yes.
Like, and this is neither.
Yeah. I will say...
This looks like the thing. This looks like the thing the Power Rangers would use in order to summon their Megazord.
Right. I'm putting it below the NXT Women's Tag Team Championships and above the 2020's Cruiserweight Championship, and could be better.
Yeah.
All right. The original, the 2014 NXT Championship, the Big X, as some people call it. This just looks like a knockoff TNA X Division Championship, if I'm being honest.
Yeah. I see what they were going for, but this is bad.
I will say I like it more than the Universal Championship and the ECW Championship, but I feel like this one's just okay.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I'm glad we're in agreement there, because, again, it looks like a knockoff X Division Championship for TNA.
Now, if we move on to the next one.
Oh my god, the 2017 NXT Championship?
Goldie.
Oh my god. I personally think greatest of all time. If you disagree, I'm fine with that.
Nah, this is one of the greatest belts of all time.
I'm putting it below the NXT UK titles, because the NXT UK, I feel like those are going to be hard to beat, but this is just so good. Like, yes, the Giant X, still you can make the argument of, oh, it's just a knockoff X Division Championship, but it just feels like they handled this one so much better than the original.
This one screams the brand. And you know the worst part is that literally with that current women's champion, it's very similar. All they had to do was take this, make it silver, and then put women's champion somewhere on the belt.
Oh man, then you're gonna lose your fucking mind here in the next couple. So the current NXT championship, which is just, you know, the women's championship, but on a black strap. For some reason, I think this works better than the women's, and I don't know why. It could be because it's on a black strap, so it's not super bright and in my face. There are those darker tones to kind of mellow it out.
I don't like this.
We'll put it above the NXT Women's Championship. Actually, I'm putting it above the NXT Women's Tag Team Championships, too.
Yeah, this is still same critique as last time. Power Rangers, you know, just like I get it. Oh, look at how high energy we are. I'm like, yeah, but you got literally everything else.
Yeah.
With their bright colors and shit. Your
yeah.
belt's perfect. you didn't need to fuck. You tried to fix what wasn't broken.
Yeah. All right, so next one is the NXT Heritage Cup. You could make an argument that this shouldn't be on the list because it's not a belt, but it is an actively fought for championship in NXT.
I actually like this.
I think it looks nice. I would
Like,
say better than NXT Cruiserweight Championship, right below European.
like the reason I like it is because the Heritage Cup is one of those things where it's like it looks like something that I would legitimately fight for, you know?
Yeah, this
Like
feels
I would fight somebody to win this.
yeah,
You know?
like most people, whenever they hear championships, they think trophies, and trophies are normally way more prestigious than belts. Like, let's just be completely honest about that. And I do agree. I think this looks very nice. I do enjoy it. I don't think I would personally want a replica of it. That's why I left it, and it looks nice. But it is very appealing to look at. All right, the NXT North American Championship. I'm conflicted because it looks basic, but also I really wanted a replica of this whenever they first introduced it. My favorite wrestler back in NXT back in those days was Ricochet. Sad to see him, leaving WWE now. But I did want a replica of this, but now I think it could be better because it's very basic.
Yeah, I liked the brown strap because nobody's really done that before. Like,
Yeah,
nobody in recent memories really done that.
yeah.
What I think, like this thing needs an update. It
Oh,
needs an
for
update.
sure. For sure. I do agree. An update would be good. Give it a little bit more trim. Like maybe shrink the map of North America to put some more accent trim around the sides. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I feel like it would all. I feel like it's got the same thing, the same problem that the tag team champions have, where it's like they invested too much into the side plates as well,
Mm-hmm. Those
and
are
like
those are big
whole
honking side
so
plates.
so now you got this thick strap.
Yeah. All right. We will put that. I'll put it top of could be better because I do still kind of have a soft spot for it.
Yeah,
All right, the original NXT Tag Team Championships from 2014, and these things look like ass.
these are so bad.
I would vote that it belongs in the trash.
Honestly, you want to know what these remind me of? It's
Huh.
like with the font and the designs, it reminds me of gas station boner pills. Am I
Oh my.
wrong?
No, you're not. That's the crazy thing. But yeah, like I said, I would say this should go in the trash. What say you?
Get throw that thing away.
Still better than the Fiend's Universal Championship, though. That thing's just ugly. All right, the NXT Tag Team Championships. These are the same design as the women's, but they flip what parts are silver and what parts are gold, and for that, I feel like that makes these worse than the women's tag team championships because the NXT is in silver. NXT is known as the gold brand. I feel like gold should be the main focus there, and then focus on silver as highlight colors.
I don't like this, to be honest, like at all. Like the
Yeah.
reason why I don't like it is because it would be great as a singles championship, if I'm being honest. But
Uh,
but because there's two of them, they're too big. They're too big, to be tag team championships.
yeah. Like I said,
'Cause
I prefer the women's NXT Tag Team Championships over this. I'm gonna put this at the top of it's okay, because design-wise, it's not bad. I do kind of see where you're coming from, but they're still just eh. Eh. All right. Next up, the monstrosity that is the original NXT Women's Championships from 2013.
this is not great.
Yeah.
This is-
They very much leaned into the girls like pink, right? They leaned into that a little too hard. Like
It's not.
this.
It's not even the girls like pink. This is something that a backyard wrestling YouTube channel would have. Look at the cheapness. Look how cheap it looks. Look
Yeah.
at the font.
It looks like something that you could go onto a website, just be like, oh yeah, wrestling championship design. Get
Why
this
are
for
the
maybe $200. Like, I feel like a replica being $200 would be a ripoff. This title in itself probably costs no more than $200 to create.
Plus, look how fucking small it is. You can see the buckles on both sides. Why is it that small?
Yeah.
This is your goddamn women's champion. Granted, the girls are generally smaller than the guys, but still.
I would
Could
say...
you imagine that thing on Rhea Ripley?
No.
Fuck no.
I could not. I'm putting this below the original NXT championship, and it's okay.
I want that thing in the trash if I'm being honest.
You know, I'm not going to argue with that. I'll put it above the tag team championships because the tag team championships are still worse, but I'm fine with that going in the trash. All right, so the 2017 NXT Women's Championship. You remember what you were saying about how the Women's Championship should just add some silver to what the 2017 Men's Championship was? That's literally what it was for a few years. And I think this looks amazing.
This is actually pretty good, yeah.
I would say below the original and greatest of all time, or I would say I want a replica.
And I know I said I wanted silver. I don't like that grid texturing in the X.
Oh, yeah, I forgot that they did that, because they did that with the men's and the women's.
I feel like if you left the I know the text. I feel like if you made the texturing sleek and almost shiny, or even satin, that would have really made a difference. Because you know, it would have added a different sheen and a different shine that would have made the belt itself stand out. But all in all, this is a solid A.
Yeah. So definitely goes in I want a replica. I'm putting it above the ECWs unless you have a different idea for it.
Nah, that's pretty good.
All right. Next up, we have the Women's NXT North American Championship. And I feel like this kind of, it's the exact same design, but I feel like there's just something different enough about it. Like, the white strap makes it look nice. The red for the globe makes it look pretty nice as well. And
this looks like a knockoff Raw champion for me.
I will say that, yes, but at the same time, if you're comparing it to something on the main roster for something that's for a developmental brand, they did something right.
Yeah.
I would personally say that this one looks nice. Probably right above the NXT or right above the Hardcore Championship, below the NXT Cruiserweight Championship. Personally,
I don't like it. Though. I just don't like it. It's one of those things where it's like, imagine if you had a SmackDown fucking belt and it was red. Or if you had a Raw championship and it was blue, Intercontinental Championship, not.
You got 3 vetoes and we're about halfway through the list. So if you want to throw it somewhere else, by all means.
I need to veto that. That thing needs to go. It's not great. It needs work.
So it's okay is where you're putting it?
Yeah.
All right. Where would you say in terms of, because we've got the Raw Universe.
The very bottom of
Jesus.
Okay.
All right. Next up, which this isn't an NXT title, but I didn't really know where to put it in terms of, where it would go on the tier list. So I just...
yes. It's Twitter. It's the Twitter championship.
Yes, the Twitter championship, the WWE Speed Championship. First of all, this thing exists just for a gimmick. And that's the same thing with the 24/7 and the Hardcore Championship. And I will admit, I do watch Speed, and it's not that bad. But this thing just sucks. The giant speed in the middle, and then the fucking background being like a speedometer.
Yeah, the speedometer, the fact that why is the WWE in the middle of it, on the fucking gauge? Why would you do that?
Yeah.
Why are they in the green and not the red? It's supposed to be high speed. What the fuck?
Yeah. This one, it angers me with how little it makes sense.
The thing is, the shape is actually really fucking cool. That's the worst part. Is that we had potential here and you shat on it.
Yeah.
Why is the racing flag flag design looking so fucking weird. You could have just added in a fucking racing flag if you really wanted to. Why are those WWE symbols right there? Why do they look like that?
I
Like,
would
what is
say that
this?
this should go in the bottom of it could be better.
It could be so better.
All right, now we're going into the Women's Championship, starting off with the WWE Divas Championship, initially released in 2008. This thing is ugly. It belongs in the trash.
Really?
I hate this. Again, this feels like, what do the women like? Ooh, butterflies and pink?
Well, to be fair, this was called the Divas division back then, you know?
I know, but also, if you remember correctly, this was supposed to be a second brand's championship. The WWE Women's Championship that was around whenever we first started watching wrestling as kids. There was the Women's Championship that lasted from 98 to 2010. And then eventually it got merged with the Divas Championship. So this was supposed to be a secondary title. Like, this is not good.
Like, I feel like it's kind of dated too, because it's got that mid 2000s like equestrian girl almost like vibe to it, you know?
Yeah.
Like it hasn't aged well.
I think this belongs in the trash, personally.
If you say so.
All right.
I won't fight this. I will not fight this.
I'll put it
Like,
up. I'll put it above the NXT tag team and below the NXT women's.
if I could, it did look pretty good on Beth Phoenix and like a lot of those girls.
You're not gonna convince me that this looked good on anybody.
All right.
All right. Next up, we've got the Raw Women's Championship.
So, you know how you remember my complaints about the Universal Championship?
Is it the exact same? Like the red looks bad, the blue looks slightly better, but it's still bad.
Yeah, it's the same complaint.
I will say I do like the Raw Women's Championship a little bit more than the Universal Championship for Raw, just because the white strap.
You mean because it doesn't look like a giant piece of candy?
Yes, exactly. Like, yes, it's still hard on the eyes, but it is slightly more appealing. And then
I watched Sasha Banks and Charlotte Flair fight in Hell in a Cell over this thing.
yeah, and then same thing with the SmackDown Women's Championship. I would say that's better than the SmackDown Universal Championship for the exact same reason. It's not as hard on the eyes, but it's still just not good.
This is fucking ugly, you know?
Yeah. All right. We've got the WWE NWA Women's Championship from 1964. Technically WWF, but I just listed it as WWE.
The fact that her face is just in the middle.
Well, that's how the NWA championships were back in that day. Instead of having like specific nameplates or side plates, it was just your face plastered in the middle of the championship.
So, as you can tell, time has gotten to this belt a little bit, so I'm not going to deduct any points for that. I can understand what it was supposed to look like for,
The 60s.
The elements got to it. I would actually want a good-looking replica of this on my wall, if I'm being honest.
Yeah, like, it still kind of has that prestigious look. Like, the top of it is a crown, there's a ring, the side plates aren't too crazy. And honestly, the red strap, normally I don't like red straps, but it kind of works for this, because the plates, they're still gold, but it's a lighter gold, so it doesn't really scream.
And the red jewels, it kind of ties it all together.
I would say if we're putting it in an I Want a Replica, it has to go in the bottom, though.
Yes.
Okay. Okay, that's fair. I like that. The 1984 WWE Women's Championship.
Holy pixels, Batman.
That is the best picture that I could find of it, sadly.
I can already tell this is not as good as the other one.
So, hear me out. This kind of gives me the vibes of the Intercontinental Championship from the 80s. It's got a similar design on a blue strap. That's the thing that makes it worst for me, is that light baby blue strap. But otherwise, I think it's okay. I think it looks nice. I would put it at the very bottom, but I think it looks nice.
I'm noticing a distinct trend between the women's championships looking a lot like the Intercontinental Championships. Now that I'm looking at all of them.
Yeah. But
All
what
right,
says you? I would say bottom of it looks nice.
it looks okay.
All right, yeah, we'll put it
In my
bottom of
opinion.
it looks nice. All right, next up, we've got the 1985 Women's Championship. 1 year later, and they decided, let's change this thing and make it look worse.
I actually kind of like this.
Oh, all right, all right. I'll hear you out. I'll hear you out. Why do you like this?
Okay, so the reason why I happen to like this a little bit more is because even though they kept the baby blue, they didn't make the championship look as noisy, if that makes any sense. Like it's still a little 80s, it's still a little noisy. I kind of like the two women holding up the world and like flexing and with the stars and whatnot.
Mm-hmm.
Like that's a nice touch. I like the stars and the jewel encrusting, and it's called the Ladies World Wrestling Champion instead of the Women's World Wrestling Champion. I don't know. They're just signing. It was just kind of a, I'm the champion of the ladies. you know.
All right. You've convinced me a little bit. I'll give you that. Where would you put it?
I'd put it in. I'd put it in. It's all right.
All right, it looks nice. We'll put it above the 84. All right, next up, another year later, they changed the design.
Hate this one. I hate this one so much.
Why did they have to make the center part so oblong? And why does it look like it's made out of copper?
Not only that, it's crooked. The centerpiece is crooked.
Well, that might just be because this is an old title, and this is a picture of it probably from... Like, this looks like a picture from the 2000s of the original championship.
Why did they make it dark blue? This is the same complaint for the SmackDown Universal Championship. Why does it look like this?
Why
did they flip the plates and make them look dumber? What the hell?
I would say this is above like the Universal and Women's Championship from Raw, but below ECW. Like it's okay, but it's not
okay.
It's not the best by any means.
They made it worse. All they had to do was not fuck with it. They did.
All right, next up, we've got the 1993 WWE Women's Championship. This is the one that was thrown in the trash live on WCW.
Well, that means we have to put it in the trash. Dude, we got to do it now.
For the funny. All right, we're not even going to go into it. We'll put it at the top of belongs in the trash, but we have to for the funny. All right, moving on. The WWE Women's Championship from 1998.
I don't like it.
Yeah, this is like... I can't really tell what direction they were trying to go for. This is worse than the Divas Championship, in my opinion.
It looks like they tried to copy ECW, but badly.
Yeah. I'm saying below the Divas Championship and Bold and Brash, but, you know...
Yeah. Oh, Modern Women's Championship, my beloved.
This one looks good. I love that, and I mean, we'll get into this with the WWE Championship. I love that the back is gold now. The white strap surrounding all this gold as well makes this look beautiful.
The fucking onyxes in the big W.
Yeah.
This is beautiful.
I would want a replica of this.
Hell yeah. I love this. I love this championship.
I'm putting it right below the ECW championships, but it's still really good. All right, the women's tag team championships, and hot take, these are probably my favorite tag team championship designs of all time.
I was actually about to say that I like them.
Yeah, like it's a perfect mix of gold and silver. I love the like Roman design that comes with it.
I also like the odd shape, but because it's kind of uniform, it works.
Yeah, exactly. Like this is a very good tag team championship.
This is very aesthetically pleasing, and I can't wait for them to make it worse in about 6 to 7 business years.
Yeah. I would say I kind of would want a replica of this as well. Maybe not as bad as the WWE Women's Championship, but I would still really like this. What says you?
I agree. I concur.
All right. And then next up, last one for the women's, we've got the current WWE Women's World Championship. Oh. What?
I feel my main critique is that the big WWE symbol kind of takes away from the big gold belt thing, you know?
So, hear me out. Yes, it's supposed to be based off the big gold belt, same as the men's World Heavyweight Championship as of right now. The WWE logo is because now they're starting to get a lot more branding, a lot more sponsorships, and whenever superstars go onto these talk shows, they want people to know where they're coming from. So if they see that big logo, they're going to be like, oh, what's that? And then they're going to hear it's WWE, and they're going to be like, oh, that's kind of cool. Like, take, for example, let's go back to the WWE Speed Championship. If you saw someone walking around with that, you would think that that's just some indie thing, because with how small the logo is, it's very hard to tell. Like, it doesn't look very good. So I would argue that, yes, the WWE logo on this is kind of distracting, but it's still good.
I'm plugged in. Okay.
You what?
All right. Continue.
I just finished what I was saying.
Oh, shit. Okay. I feel like this thing needs to be tweaked. It needs a tweak of some kind.
I disagree.
Maybe. No. What are we gonna do here then, Jake?
I don't know. I kind of want to veto, but I also, depending on how low you rank it, wouldn't mind meeting in the middle.
What's the one above? It's okay.
Could be better.
What's the one above that?
It looks nice.
It looks nice.
Okay, I'll agree there. I'm gonna put it at the top because I was gonna put it under I Want a Replica. All right. We've got the fucking nickels, the Raw Tag Team Championships going into
trash.
Yeah, Raw and SmackDown. This is just plain old bad design. Better than NXT Women's Championship. I like the blue more, so I'm putting that above the Raw one. Yeah, they're not good. Like, what were they thinking? Now, what I wish they did was, first of all, merge these and then make the helmets gold on the silver background with a black strap. That would have made these a lot better.
Yeah.
All right. They didn't. That's true. The 1984 WWE Tag Team Championships.
I actually love this one.
This one looks amazing. The only thing that I think this suffers from is kind of like you mentioned earlier with the NXT Tag Team Championships. This looks like a singles title. This looks like a mid-card, like upper mid-card, of course, but this looks like a mid-carder's championship.
Well, think about it. Back in 1984, the tag team champions were mid-card champions. They were like, they could headline a show. Like, the tag team champions are coming into town.
That's true.
I do like the design where it's the two guys holding up the world because they're working as a tag team. That's a nice touch.
Yeah.
I actually would like a replica of these championships. Like, I could see me, you, and Tristan freebirding these titles.
The Freebird rule. I'll put it above. I'll put it right below the ECW championships because it is nice.
Yes.
All right. The 1985 WWE Tag Team Championships. Hot take. I don't like these.
I fucking hate this thing.
Oh, thank God. I am not alone.
Why is the world shaped like a... Why is the planet shaped like a watermelon? Why is the word world in red, but the rest is in black and gold? Why is the eagle barely visible? Why are these two... Why is it two guys wrestling instead of two guys working together? That doesn't make any fucking sense. What the fuck are these little symbols on the outside? I can't even tell what the fuck that is. Is it a dude putting another dude in a Russian twist, or is it a guy fucking a dolphin? I have no fucking idea.
Fucking a dolphin. What the hell? I agree though. These things did not have the right to last 20 years like they did, or just shy of 20 years.
Remember how one of those championships got smashed with a hammer?
Yeah.
This deserved to get run over by a bulldozer. These
We're
things
putting this one in
fucking
the
suck.
trash.
These are awful. I hate these more than I hate any other belt so far. These things.
I wouldn't go that far. I think they're better than the NXT Women's Championship, Divas Championship, WWE Women's Championship, so on and so forth. But I do think they belong in the trash. They are not good.
These are awful.
All right. Next up, we've got the 2002 WWE Tag Team Championships.
They're all right. It's okay.
I kind of like these. I don't like how, again, it's two guys fighting each other instead of two people helping. But the center, where it's two guys struggling to kind of lift up the earth, I like that. That is a nice touch.
I feel like it's missing some black outline that would have really helped out the championship. Like, if they had a black outline on the two dudes holding up the world, that would have made this championship, like...
To be fair, this is a photo of it. I'm pretty sure on TV that it would have been a lot easier to make out whenever a wrestler holds up the championship.
Yeah.
I would personally say that it looks nice. You know, I don't want a replica of it, but this is not a title that I would mind... Or this is not a title I would hate seeing come back if they decide to bring back retro titles or anything, you know?
Yeah, it's okay. It's nice.
I'll put it below the original tag team championships, though, because those tag team titles are going to hold the top spot for right now. All right, next up, we've got the fucking 2010 tag team championships, a.k.a. the Giant Pennies.
Is it weird that I kind of don't mind the Giant Pennies?
I would still say it's okay, like at best.
They're okay, but they're not. For some reason, the other ones are worse.
I think it's like, just because the colored straps make them look like candy.
It's just this doesn't really look like a toy, you know?
Yeah, this does feel like something that people would actually compete over. Now, I told you that I don't really like silver on a championship. I sure as hell don't like bronze. This makes it look like you're losing by holding this in a way.
I do like the two Trojan helmets, but they're facing away from each other.
I mean, that's the same thing with the Raw and SmackDown. Like I said, ideally, if you would have taken like the 2010 Tag Team Championships, make the Trojan helmets gold, everything else silver, that would have made for a kick-ass championship design. I don't know why they went for fucking bronze and silver.
Not only that, but it's like you took an okay idea with this copper bronze look and made it worse.
Yeah.
You made it worse. Another thing that I would have done personally is I would have kept the bronze background, if I'm being completely honest. I would have made the Trojan stuff gold, and I would have made the WWE and Tag Team Champions silver.
I don't know how I would feel about gold, silver, and bronze on a single title, though.
Well, it's one of those deals where it's like, because the tag team champions could start the show, they could mid-card the show, or they could main event.
I guess that's fair.
It'd be like one of those things where it's like they can go anywhere on the show. And
fair.
It's cool.
All right, we're gonna skip one real quick because I kind of want to get the older ones out of the way first. So we're gonna do the 2002 WWE Tag Team Championships for SmackDown, since this was whenever they were initially toying with the brand split, and they were like, "Oh, well, we gotta have tag team champions here."
I don't like it.
I don't either. Like,
it looks bad.
Yeah, I can't really defend it. I can't really find anything I like about it, actually. It's okay. Below the Giant Pennies? How we feeling about that?
I below the Giant Penny. Like,
all right. All right.
It looks lazy.
So, for some reason, these were the only two that I actually put WWF. So we'll skip the current ones, go to this one. So the WWF Tag Team Championships from 1972. This... I will try to give it the caveat of it's from the 70s.
It's also old.
Yes, it is from the 70s, but... What is it?
Great.
Why is it that no championship can make a blue strap work?
Because they're not meant to have blue straps.
It's okay. I'll put this above all the other tag team championships, but that's about as high as I can go.
Now let's take a look at the one from 10 years later, and oh god!
This is awful. Throw this in the fucking trash immediately.
What the fuck? What in the Optimus Prime butt fucking
Like,
Captain America?
you have
bullshit?
a square in the middle that is blue, straps that are red, and then inside that blue square is a gold circle.
Square.
Like, I understand they were probably leaning into like, oh, red, white, and blue. We're an American wrestling company. But like, what the fuck? This is still bad.
This is awful.
Honestly, I'm putting these just right above the Fiend Universal Championship. These are not pleasant to look at.
No, they're not.
All right, so now let's go to the current titles. We've got the current WWE Tag Team Championships. Not the world, just the regular tag.
I like these.
This, yeah, you could tell this is initially what the 2002 SmackDown Championships were supposed to look like, of course, but it's better. It's modernized. The, like the Griffins holding up the world. There's still side plates, so you can have wrestler side plates on there. The giant crown on top. Tag Team Wrestling Champions is written very clearly. The WWE logo in the middle isn't offensive. It's still noticeable, but it's very inoffensive. Honestly, I would not mind having a replica of these.
Yeah, me neither.
All right. I'll put it above the 2002 Tag Team Championships, not the SmackDown, like the actual 2002 World Tag Team Championships. I had a stroke saying that. And then the current WWE World Tag Team Championships, and what the fuck are you doing here? It's busy. It's a giant circle, and the side plates are more attractive than the main plate. What do you think?
They're not as good as the other ones.
Like, I definitely don't hate them.
I like them. Like, they're not bad. It's just...
I feel like they could be better. You know?
Yeah.
If you tweaked it, if the design in the middle wasn't just a straight up fucking circle, I feel like this could work. But it's the fact that it's just a giant circle.
Yeah.
I'll put it above actually below the Women's NXT Tag Team Championships. I feel like that's a fair assessment.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So next up, we are now out of the Tag Team Championships. We've got 3 United States Championship designs to go over. First one is the 2003. I know that I put the modernized logo, but the only thing they changed from 2003 to like whenever they got the new logo in the 2010s is just the logo. It's the exact same design. I
love this thing.
I like it. I do like that instead of putting gold everywhere, like the main thing is the US flag. And that makes sense. It is the US Championship. I feel like I'm trying to think of the way to say this. I feel like the side plates could have better captured America rather than just the Statue of Liberty, which I know Statue of Liberty is like the ultimate symbol of freedom or anything like that. But I feel like with each side plate, they could have highlighted a different corner of the country.
I feel like what could have happened was it would have looked better if the outline was still gold, but the Statue of Liberty herself was silver.
Yeah, that actually, now that you're pointing that out, that would have made for a much better design.
Mm-hmm.
But overall, this honestly isn't that bad.
This is actually great.
It looks nice. That's where I would say I would put it.
Can I be honest? Whenever you say WWE United States Champion, this is what comes up in my head.
Oh yeah, no, definitely. Me too. Like this is definitely like a good design.
Like, and I'm gonna be honest, if I ever joined WWE, I would want that specific US championship underneath around my waist.
I'm putting it right below the European Championship.
Okay.
I feel like design-wise, that's where it sits. All right,
now, this thing...
the 2004 WWE US Championship, specifically for John Cena.
Oh, word life. US John Cena champion.
yes, that is my favorite championship. The Word Life US John Cena Championship. Like, we'll get into the WWE Spinner Championship, but John, what were you thinking here? The bedazzled American flag, and then 2 stars.
It's okay. It doesn't belong in the trash because it was iconic when it was around Cena's waist, and then it died like it was supposed to.
I'm putting it at the bottom of it's okay though. Like
I wouldn't.
All right. Lastly, for United States, we've got the current United States Championship. Now, hear me out. Hear me out. Let me offer you some things, not to current, like this is one I'm going to put in. It could be better. Put champion at the bottom, put the eagle in the middle. Where the stars are, put that background, instead of being gold, put it blue, so that where there's still like the American flag imagery. And I feel like that would balance it out a lot better.
Yeah, but they didn't do that. This is awful.
Like, having United States champion cramped right, like, not even center, like, in the upper second quarter, it feels awkward.
Why is the bald eagle like gold, but its wings aren't, and it's like, and its head, and it's just, and then the fucking tail feathers for some reason aren't the same color as the rest of it, and then like, why are there? It's just like, what is this? This needs, someone forgot to break out the Sharpie and color in some colors, you know?
Yeah, I put it below the NXT Women's Championship and could be better.
You know what I also don't like is like, why are the side plates that gold and that silver?
Yeah, it is very loud.
Like, I don't like this championship. Not only that, but you can't really tell because it's not on a wrestler. This thing is fucking huge.
Oh yeah, no, it's
just
massive.
It's a giant 7-sided, not an octagon.
Yeah, 7-sided. I can't even think of what that is.
Is it a septagram?
I don't think so. Word? I don't think so.
Well, 7-sided shape heptagon. It is literally called a heptagon. It is an upside down heptagon. Why
Either way, 7? It's not good. All right. Moving away from the United States Championship, next category, Intercontinental Championship, starting off with the 1979 Intercontinental Championship.
Kill it with fire. What the fuck? This thing looks like if I bend over to shake a small kid's hand or like sign something, the fucking plates are gonna stab me.
Yeah, like why is the main plate like black? That looks like sheet metal. It looks like they got sheet metal, put like a first place Olympic wrestling medal on there, and called it a day. This thing belongs in the trash.
Oh god, the next one's worse.
It is. We've got the 1980 Intercontinental Championship.
Throw it in the trash.
Yep, and we're throwing it right below the other one. Oh my god. Next up, we've got the 1983.
That too.
How did they fuck up the Intercontinental Championship up until the mid-80s? Again, it looks like fucking sheet metal, and they just decide to throw some random gold design on there. And I'm sorry, green strap? No. For some reason, that feels worse than a blue strap.
It's like the 24/7 championship with Down syndrome. What the hell?
Like, it's definitely better than the other two Intercontinental Championships so far, but it's still not good. It's still in the trash. And then we've got the 1984.
This is worse. This is worse.
Oh my god.
It looks like it. You have to zoom in to tell that it's a dude wrestling another dude. It looks like two dogs fucking in the middle of the championship.
Oh my god. This is the worst of all the Intercontinental Championships.
Oh my god.
All right.
Oh, thank you for cleansing my
We've got the 1985 Intercontinental Championship. This, I want a replica of it.
Yeah, this was pretty cool.
I am going to put this right
I love
above the ECW.
Intercontinental Heavyweight Wrestling Champion.
Yeah.
This is great. God, it is such an improvement from that last one.
And then you got the 1996. I feel like that's a step down from the 85. And also, I find it funny how it's like North America,
Antarctica.
South, yeah, Antarctica. You're the champion of Antarctica.
Has anyone ever wrestled in Antarctica?
I mean, they have science bases, so I say we go set up a ring and give them a show.
Not only that, it's literally WWE. And then it's like Antarctica.
Yeah.
You started with Antarctica. Why did you make an even number? Why did you... There's 7 continents. Did nobody, like, think about the fact that this would look kind of dumb?
No. I would put this, like, above the NWA ECW championship, and it could be better.
Yeah.
All right, and then we've got the 2011 Intercontinental Championship, which is just a very similar design to the 1985, but I think this is one of the greatest looking championships of all time.
Goat. I
Like-
absolutely love this thing.
Like, I wish that white straps, I'm gonna put this right above NXT. Nothing's topping the UK championships, but I really wish that white straps weren't exclusively for women's championships now, because oh my god, this one, it's simple yet elegant. It's just, it's amazing. I love it. I remember I had
multicoloring the shit out of it.
yeah, I had the like the toy championship version of this. I would unironically, even though it was a toy and I was a teenager, I would take this to not house shows. Well, I took it to a couple WWE house shows, but I took it to indies with me because it just looked nice. It was something that I wanted to have, even if it was a fucking toy. And then next up, last for the Intercontinental Championships, we've got the current Intercontinental Championship.
Look how they massacred my boy.
So, hear me out. Hear me out. You remember how I said I wish white straps were for more than just women's championships?
Yeah.
Make this strap white, and then make the water where the globe should be blue, and then make the side accent silver. And that would have made this so much better.
Yeah.
Like, as it is right now, this is not the prestigious Intercontinental Championship that I grew up watching get defended.
I don't want to wrestle for that.
Like, honestly, even though, yes, the Intercontinental Championship is still prestigious, it's basically one step down from the WWE Championship. This feels like a dishonor to receive. It could be better. I'll put it above the United States Championship, because it does look better than that. All right. Next category, World Heavyweight Championships. Big gold. Oh my god, greatest of all time. Greatest of all time.
All fucking time.
Honestly, I think this is the only one. This is the only one that beats the UK titles. I say we put it at the top. That's where it fucking belongs.
Agreed.
Like, the design of it is beautiful. You got a crown above the world. All the texturized gold. The gems, there's enough gems to where it's like, that looks classy, but not too much to where it's like, they're trying too hard. The side plates are basically just an extension of the main plate. It's almost the exact same design. You got 2 guys wrestling. Like, it's just, this is what championships are supposed to be. And it says World Heavyweight Wrestling Champion very plainly, so you can tell what title it is, but it's still surrounded by one of the most beautiful designs of all time.
It's just mwah.
Actually, not even one of the most, just the absolute most beautiful design of all time. All right, the current World Heavyweight Championship. Caleb, if you speak even so much as slightly badly about this one, I'm vetoing.
It's just such a downgrade.
It's a downgrade, but fuck you, I'm vetoing. It's going top of I Want a Replica.
It's just all the jizzing we just did about the greatest of all time, World Heavyweight Champion, and here's what replaced it.
Well, to be fair, this isn't what replaced it. What replaced it was just a single WWE championship because it got combined into one world title. This is not what replaced it. This is supposed to recapture the image of it. Again, like we mentioned with the Women's World Championship, the WWE logo in the middle, yes, it can be distracting. That's why I didn't want to put it in greatest of all time. But there's still, like, again, a tasteful amount of jewelry on it. There is still beautiful designs. Like, if you look at the design of this thing, the crown on top of where it says World Champion being highlighted in silver rather than being gold still makes it easy to read. You've got fucking what looks like lions on this fucking thing. Like, come on, lions are cool.
Such a downgrade. Oh,
but yeah,
it hurts my heart.
Also, we're at over an hour and we have so few left. I told Caleb, I said we might have to two-part this, but since we have just the WWE championships left, fuck it, y'all are getting an hour and a half episode this week. All right, finally, to the last category, we have the WWE Championships. So we're going to start with 1963, not 1963.2, because for some reason, 1963 had two title designs. So 1963, where it's just the United States, and then two shields where it doesn't even look like the men are wrestling, it looks like they're fucking kissing. This is awful. This screams, this is our first championship. This screams, we're just now getting started. All right, 1963.2. This is the second one used. Again, still called the WWF. Why does it look like it's on velvet?
Maybe it was.
Like, now, don't get me wrong. Velvet aside, this one is definitely a big step up from their first title. The center plate looks nice. The side plates are elegant. They don't take too much away from it. But I feel like at the highest, I could put it in, it's okay.
Yeah.
I would put it at the top of it's okay, personally speaking, but that's as high as it can realistically get for me.
The 1965 one, on the other hand.
Yeah, 1965.
That's big or straight up like velvet. That is velvet.
Yeah, that looks like, and also since wrestlers are getting sweaty, that thing must have been a bitch to clean. Now, I do like how the side plates have who the champion is and who the champion defeated. You see on the left one, it says Bruno Sammartino, Worldwide Wrestling Federation champion, defeated, I can't really read it that well. Buddy Rogers at Madison Square Garden. I do like that. I feel like that is a nice touch to where it's like, hey, this is your champion. This is who he defeated and where. I like that. I would still only say that this one is okay, but if they put like, because they have side plates on the current championships, put the wrestlers like logo or anything on the left side plate and then put who they beat on the right side plate, that makes it feel more competitive to me. Mm-hmm. So I will put this below the ECW because it looks worse than the one from 63. And then we got the 1971.
It looks like Buzz Lightyear's belt on crack. It looks like Buzz Lightyear sprinted into the local police department, beat the sheriff to death, and then ripped off his badges and just stuck them on his belt.
What the fuck is this? This needs to go in the trash. This needs to go in the trash. It's below the original 1963 championship, and that's fucking saying something. Oh my god. And then you got 1972.
So I see what they were going for. Like, it obviously looks like that because it's old.
Yeah.
I like the Japan, France, Canada, England,
Italy, Israel?
Israel. Yeah.
Why is America not mentioned on there?
Well, I mean, there's probably like all the stuff in the world.
Okay, that's fair. That's fair. But yeah, I agree.
It's okay.
Yeah,
it's okay.
I see where they're starting to go for, and I feel like this onward, except for the exception of one or two, is where WWE championships go on an uptick. I'm gonna put it right below the 1963.2. All right, a year later, they revamped it, the 1973. I feel like this one's better. Italy,
Yeah.
Israel, Canada.
Canada.
I think they just changed where the plates were, but the center plate, I feel like, looks better than the year prior.
Yeah.
So it's still in just it's okay, but we're getting there. And then you got 1982.
Okay, I like the plates where it's like, here's this champion, here's this champion, here's this champion.
Yeah, like
The
you have
problem is,
Nature Boy, Buddy Rogers, April 29th, 19 something to...
here's the problem with all that. This is a belt, not a plaque.
Yeah. And also, what the fuck is that center plate? Like, it's a circle, but it looks like it was supposed to be cut. You see the hard outline where it looks like they were supposed to cut that out?
Yeah.
This affectionately, not affectionately, referred to as the Big Green title is widely agreed upon to be one of the worst championship designs of all time.
Put it in the trash.
Put it in the trash. I will say I like it better than the original WWE Championship and then the fucking Buzz Lightyear's panties, but that's about it. All right, next up, we got the 1984. This feels...
I could see where 2008 ECW.
I was about to say this is the 2008 ECW Championship. Why is it silver? This is your world champion. This is your top guy. Why is it silver?
I do like, once again, they're putting the guys who were beaten on this thing, but it's like you're gonna run out of space eventually.
Yeah.
What do you know? 2 years later, they had to make a new belt because they ran out of space.
Yeah, this one,
I don't like this concept at all.
I'm gonna put it in the trash, but above all the other like 60s and 70s titles. But it's not good. All right.
What the fuck is this?
We've got Watermelon Earth back at it with the 1986 WWE Championship. You've got Canada, Japan, America, Mexico, UK, Australia, Soviet Union, and Italy.
But why do the continents look like that?
Why is this the way
Why
it
is Australia centered, but not centered at the same time?
Like...
What the fuck did they do to Africa? Look at that shit.
Africa and Asia look like someone chewed them up and spit them out. North America does not look like North America. South America does not look like South America. This thing
is awful. They fucked up Australia's flag. Look at that shit.
Yeah. In the trash?
Why? Japan has a fucking hexagon instead of a circle.
Yeah, in the trash.
Oak leaf in Canada.
Oh my god.
Why is there fucking yellow in the UK flag?
I mean, that's probably just gold highlights.
I know, but you guys just made
All right,
it
Caleb, get ready to cleanse your palate.
Oh.
The 1988, the Winged Eagle WWE Championship. This, oh my god, greatest of all time, and I don't know if I want to put it above or below the big gold.
Oh.
It's a hard choice, right?
Oh.
I'm gonna say above.
Okay.
But I mean, just the fucking eagle surrounding the earth. It says World Heavyweight Wrestling Champion. World is very prominent. Heavyweight's kind of meh. Wrestling Champion is very prominent. The side plates look sleek as hell. The side trim between the main plate and the side plates is just a nice touch. It kind of gives it a nice rounding off without actually making it a giant fucking circle. This thing's beautiful. I want to obtain one of these. Like, I know I put it in greatest of all time, but I want a replica of this too. I would pay a good amount of money so I could have this displayed somewhere in my apartment. And then next up, we've got the 1998, the Big Eagle.
I don't like this one very much.
This one's definitely a step down. I would still say that it looks nice. It's definitely nowhere near the Winged Eagle. The Winged Eagle is like pinnacle WWE championship. Nothing is topping that at all. But this is still not bad. I think it looks nice.
It's a downgrade.
It's a downgrade, but it's still technically 2 tiers below. So
it looks nice.
I'm putting it at the very top of it. Looks nice.
Okay.
All right, next up, we've got the WWE Undisputed Championship from 2002.
I don't like it.
Again, I think this one could be better. The giant eagle on top, pretty cool. But it just says champion. It doesn't say undisputed. It doesn't say world heavyweight. It just says champion. And also, the side plates, why is it trying to look like skull and crossbones?
Not only that, it's like, it's not silver. I think they try to make it look platinum, but that's not what really platinum looks like, you know?
Yeah. Like,
it's like if you're gonna make it look platinum, commit to that, you know?
Yeah. Like I said, it could be better. Where do I put this in? I'm gonna put it above the North American Championship.
Yeah. And then you remember how you said we were on an uptick? I think you kind of lied to me.
So, the 2005 WWE Championship, the spinner belt. Now, nostalgia's kind of hitting me here because this is the championship that I started seeing like as soon as I can remember watching wrestling. I was 4 years old whenever this championship was first unveiled. So this is what I grew up with. That being said, it's not good.
it's not good.
Like, if anybody except John Cena was holding this thing, it looked wrong. Whenever John Cena had it, perfect. It matched perfectly. But, like, Triple H holding this? No. Batista? No. Edge? No. No one else holding this thing.
Rob Van Dam.
No one else holding this thing made it look good. So, for that, I gotta put it, like, top of It's Okay. I gotta let my nostalgia go. Like, putting it at the top is still being pretty generous for it. But putting it in It's Okay, I feel like that's where it deserves to be.
And then the next one.
The 2013. The one The Rock unveiled.
The predecessor for the thing that planted the seeds for the big Twizzler.
Yeah, now...
This is what started that.
Now, granted... Actually, no, I think the big Twizzler, like, which we'll get to the previous WWE Championship, this one looks worse than that one because the scratch logo, the gyms all having to be different sizes messes with my head looking at it.
It doesn't look great. It's very dated.
Yeah, I do like how it says champion, but again, it doesn't say world champion, it doesn't say heavyweight champion, and I know it's supposed to be the WWE Championship and there's the logo right there, but it just doesn't work. This thing, I'm putting it below the other 2 WWE championships that we put in It's Okay, or the other 3, I guess other 4. It's funny because the top of It's Okay is all just bad WWE championship designs. All right, the 2014. I like this a little bit more than the 2013. I still don't think it's the greatest just because, cool, you have nothing in the background. It just goes straight to leather. The jewels are more uniform, though. It does say World Heavyweight Championship. I wish that one was bigger. And the plate itself looks smaller than the 2013. Same with the bars that kind of divide the face plate with the side plates.
It's better, and the thing is that this is much better than the Universal Championship, specifically because the black leather.
Yeah.
But it's basically the same thing. Like,
yeah.
The only reason you could tell the difference between one or the other was the color, and I did not like that.
Yeah, I'm putting it right above the SmackDown Universal Championship and SmackDown Women's Championship because it's the same thing. All right, and then the last couple, we're going to skip the current, go through a couple of the special designs. I tried to avoid them if it just changed the strap, but if it actually changed what the title looked like, I tried to include those. So we've got the Brahma Bull. Again, this one, like, if you saw anybody but The Rock wearing this, you would think it's fucking stupid.
But The Rock only wore this.
I know. Like, it's the fact that only one wrestler had it.
Now he's got his own version that he just carries around.
I'm putting it at the bottom of It's Okay.
Yeah. And then the eco-friendly one from Daniel Bryan.
All right, hear me out. I kind of like this one.
I like it too. It suited his character very well. I like the fact that he uses stones and wood and hemp.
Yeah, like
Did you stoke the prototype to that thing?
I kind of want to put it at the bottom of it looks nice.
Yeah, it belongs there.
Like it's actually a good custom design. Like again, I know I said the same thing about The Rock. Oh, well, he's the only one that held it, so it's kind of bad. And I know Daniel Bryan's the only one that held this, but like the wood is nice, the stones are nice. Like it's a nice design. I wouldn't want a replica of it, but it was pleasing to look at whenever it was on screen.
And then WWE Hogan. I kind
Yeah.
of like it.
So this, I feel like it kind of goes back to the old NWA days in a good way. You still have all the flags, so it still looks like a world championship. The picture of Hogan is not offensive here. Like it's a good size photo where world heavyweight wrestling champion is still much bigger. The WWF logo being on top is still very prominent. I like this. I don't think I would want a replica of it, but I feel like it's pretty high on it. Looks nice.
Yeah.
I would say right below the Big Eagle.
Yeah, and then we've got the Edge rated R.
I think this one's better than the actual spinner just because it's literally used to spite John Cena. He's like, hey, by the way, fuck you and fuck the company. I'm changing your title and taking away the company's logo to put mine.
Yeah.
It's okay, though. It's above the actual 2005 championship, but it's okay.
The Smoking Skull. Oh.
This one, again, I think it was only Stone Cold that held this. This one goes hard, though. Like, heavyweight champion looks nice.
I'd wrestle for this.
Yeah, heavyweight champion looks nice. It has kind of like that ECW font going for it. The WWE logo is prominent. It's in the middle of the skull. I'm glad that the skull has silver for the smoke rather than gold, so that way it does make more sense as smoke. The rattlesnakes on the side, the barbed wire lining it. This puts me more in mind of a ECW championship, but it's still really nice. I would kind of want a replica of this.
Yep.
I will put it right above the ECW championships. I feel like that's a good place for it. And then the last one, the current WWE championship.
It took them 10 years to finally get it right.
Yeah, so the Black Jewels. This is just the previous WWE championship design, but perfected. The gold in the background instead of going straight to the strap. Perfect. The Black Jewels, perfect. It gives a good contrast of everything. I would personally, like, I had a replica of the fucking 2014 WWE championship. This is one that I would want a replica of. Like, I would want this. I'll put it right above the women's. I want a replica of that WWE championship.
Yep.
All right. So, Caleb, I'm going to send you a picture of the tier list just so you can kind of see what we're rocking with here.
I don't think any of this was controversial.
Maybe.
Nope, the internet will 100% agree with our opinion because it's correct.
Yeah, of course. All right, so from bottom to top, as we always do, I'm not going to remember the years, so I will just call it whatever championship it is. At bottom of bottom, we've got the Fiend's Universal Championship. Then we've got 3 of the WWE championships from the 60s to 70s. Pretty much all the original pre-85 Intercontinental Championships are down here. We've got next another 2 WWE championships, followed by the NXT Tag Team Championships, Women's Championship from 98, Divas Championship, NXT Original Women's Championship, World Tag Team Championships from the late 80s, early 90s, the fucking Nickels, and then the original, or not original, but the 93 WWE Women's World Championship, just for the funny that it got thrown in the trash in WCW. Next up, in It's Okay, we've got the Brahma Bull Championship, John Cena's US Championship, the 2002 SmackDown Tag Team Championships, the Giant Fucking Pennies, the 72 WWF Tag Team Championships, the Women's North American Championship, the Raw Universal Championship, the Raw Women's Championship, the 80 whatever the fuck Women's Championship, the Blue Velvet WWF Championship, the 08 ECW Championship, original NXT Championship, NXT Tag Team Championships, the 2013 WWE Championship, followed by pretty much all the other okay-ish looking WWE Championships. Next, and could be better, at the very bottom, we got the WWE Speed Championship, the Blue Universal Championship, Blue Universal, the SmackDown Women's Championship, the 2014 WWE Championship, the ECW NWA Championship, the late 90s Intercontinental Championship, the 24/7 Championship. I know that was the first one we ranked. How the fuck did it get like the middle of the road?
Honestly, that's kind of how the whole arc of the 24/7 championship worked. It's like, how did it get here?
The purple strap WWE Cruiserweight Championship, the current United States Championship, the current Intercontinental Championship, the current NXT Women's Championship, the current WWE World Tag Team Championships. You see you see a pattern here, Triple H? The NXT Women's Tag Team Championships, the current NXT Championship, the 2001 WWE Cruiserweight Championship, the NXT North American Championship, and rounding it all off, the undisputed WWE Championship. All right, getting into the ones that are really good now. It looks nice. At the bottom, we've got Daniel Bryan's WWE Championship, two of the 80s WWE Women's Championships, the WWE Hardcore Championship, the NXT Cruiserweight Championship, the NXT Heritage Cup, WWE United States Championship, WWE European Championship, Women's World Championship, Hulk Hogan's WWE Championship, and the Big Eagle. For I Want a Replica, we've got the original 1963 WWE NWA Women's Championship. We've got the Women's Tag Team Championships, the current WWE Women's Championship, followed by the current WWE Men's Championship, the 2002 World Tag Team Championships, the current World Tag Team Championship, or the current WWE Tag Team Championships, the 1970 whatever the fuck Tag Team Championship, both ECW championships that weren't 08 or the NWA days, the Smoking Skull Championship, the 85 Intercontinental Championship, the Women's NXT Championship from 2017, and the Men's World Heavyweight Championship. And finally, and the greatest championships of all time from bottom to top, we've got the 2017 NXT Championship, the 2011 Intercontinental Championship, the men's and the women's NXT UK Championship, the NXT UK Tag Team Championships, the World Heavyweight Championship, aka the Big Gold Belt, and finally, the greatest title of all time, the Winged Eagle, the 1984 or 1986, whatever of those 2 years, WWE Championship. We did good.
This is a great list. Correct.
Yeah, like, I feel like if you disagree with any of this, you're just wrong. Like, this is just how it is. This is how it should be. Oh my god. Well, thank you guys for sticking around for an hour and a half. I know it's a little bit longer, but I mean, going over every championship design, it was bound to be this way.
They can't see me dancing.
They can't.
Dancing.
I can just go back to oh, you put the fucking cover on, you cuck. Anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. Let us know if you guys want us to do more tier lists like this. I know we normally stuck to video games, which next tier list would be Wii U, so that'll be coming out here soon. But let us know if you want any just video game related tier lists. We could definitely do that. But thank you all so much for watching, and we will see you guys next week. See ya. Oh, I hiccuped. See ya.